Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Lauracrapo. This is my overactive little chihuahua buddy, Dr. Disco. Goes from sleeping to very active when I go live on YouTube. Anyway, so I googled like who's the most searched actor, and it came up with Jeremy Lee Renner. So I will do a reading on him. And when I was just when I looked at briefly his Wikipedia page, I mean, I don't like, I'm sure I've seen him in something, but anyway, I don't have a great familiarity with him. Like, why? Doctor, just come here. Come here. Some of the viewers that read into how he's acting in terms that my dog, in terms of the vibes that they're reading. Like, oh, wait, I'll just give him a little something. I think my dog is into technology. Okay, let me check this out. Oh my god. Okay. So that'll give us 5 minutes. Okay. So Jeremy Lieber. When I first thought about his vibes and stuff, I got like a lot of surprising kind of stuff come up. So I did look briefly at his bio, and it said that he had like a snowplow accident and stuff. And anyway, I'm just gonna like look at his energy and see if that's what it was or if it's other stuff. Anyway, I'm a bit nervous to get into it because I just have this feeling like there's a lot going on. All right. I feel like there's somebody like very close to him. Could be his partner. It has sort of a feminine vibe to it. Then it feels like they might take some sort of like calming medication. Like, I don't know if that's too fast, honey. You are too little to be this hungry. Okay. All right. So I'm just like sort of looking around him. I mean, either he's around some extremely chill people, or it's like, like the CBD gummies or something like that would just kind of like, make people less like talkative and more like in their zone and stuff. I have a manager that's like very, I mean, depending on how active his career is, I feel like the manager kind of the business side, like the person in charge of that, can be very like, like the song, like a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. It's like the opposite. Like, can be very direct and like, maybe they have a lot of clients, so they're like no BS, but it's just like this is how it's done, or like this is what like kind of taking the bit of the free will aspect out of career designing. Like, they're very heavy-handed. Not even heavy-handed. It's like I'm not gonna say it's not callous. It's just like very dry, very direct. Oh my god, Dr. Disco, come here. Look. And like, to me, it feels like it's just abrupt to the point of almost menacing. Like, you know how, like, in the movie Mulholland Drive, like when they're in that producer's room at the conference table, the guy who played like the dad in Clueless, he was so good in that scene. Like, just how like unyieldingly, like, direct, like that guy, kind of like that, where it's like, I better do the right thing here. It could be like they're discussing a role he doesn't want to do, or that it's a continuation of something he doesn't like. Maybe things aren't the same as they were the first time around, or like there's something that brings up some level of fear, anxiety. Not anxiety's not the right word. Like, is there a danger element? Like, is it like a stunt, kind of like, or just like a overly taxing, potentially dangerous role, or I don't know, something like that. So it's like, how some people might like sign like a multi-picture contract, or like you have to do it. It's that kind of feeling, like you have to do it. It's like, oh, like it's dangerous, like that kind of thing. It's the feeling I get with like the manager, or like on something to do with the business side, like somebody dealing with him directly. And like sometimes I get like directions, like, so it feels like west, like if he's facing north, like the guy's like the agent or whatever is like in the west of him. Okay. Is he like funny, or he can sing, something like that? Like there's some musical, feeling like he's singing, like he's like good at it. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was picking up these different energies that aren't like typical of these celebrity readings. So I'm like, it's like a new environment. Okay, so I feel like sometimes, let's say, like he might play out at a club or something, like say, for example, like if he lived in LA, it'd be like Sunset Strip, and then there'd be, how like people are like, the audience might be like really taken with this performance, or like really wanting to meet him, and that is like, it's kind of classic like scenario. I feel like that's a bit of a vibe there, maybe because he's like well known and people want to meet him, like, plus he might be a good singer on top of it, and then it makes people become enamored or like enchanted with him. I was like, I'm getting that vibe. And then he might have like friends or people at the club, or like people in the audience who are like, hey, let's keep hanging out, or like, it just it goes down this kind of path. I guess those are the hazards of playing live music. But anyway, like that's sort of like a part of his life, I guess. All right. He may have like a couple like frenemies. It's like, I've known them forever, and they kind of like, they're around, but they're not. But they're like, why am I not as well known as him? And like, there's like that kind of frenemy vibes. Like, you might not think of like sort of putting up a boundary against this friend, because they like either work with you, or they've been around forever, or they do play some kind of role in your life. But like, if you were to do the math and look at the columns, like the total would be like minus like 360 or whatever. So it's like, I would say like there's like definitely two people like that, and it feels like I'm still in the bar, like it's still in the performance space. So it could be something to do with like band members or like just musicals related friends. But like, those friends can replace their assessment of him with just like doing more stuff. Like, the cure is creativity. And just not thinking about what other people have. Okay, Dr. Disco, come on. Up until now, the dog was pretty quiet. I'm just gonna close the door. See if that helps. Okay, turn. I feel like there's also like male family members or a family member. Wait. Okay. Is there, I don't know, like, let's say they have like parents who, getting on in age, and like there might be like a will, or like, I feel like there's some kind of disputed sort of paperwork, money, family, kind of something going on like that with like a male. It could be like a brother or like something like that. Okay, what is that? It's hard to focus with the dog. Okay. Okay, congratulations, you opened the door. What, you want to come up? You gonna be a good boy? No, I'm not like your supermarket right now. Come on. Okay, either you come up or you stop. Okay, come here. Oh. Okay. I feel like it's like in discussion. It's not like before the courts or like, it's just like people going over details of something like that, like parents' will or like, and there's some like, like you want to settle it out of court. So like you feel like you're losing something, but you're like settling just to like make it clean and like over with. So I guess the goal would be for both sides to be like not so hung up on certain material things. If it's all even in the end, like, just like if it's like the family home or whatever, like, there's other houses, whatever. So I don't feel like it's like a 5-alarm fire that way, but like it's instead of like Thanksgiving, like, hey, it's like this is on their mind. It's on the forefront of their mind, like doing this math here. So, okay. What else? Is he like, do people find him really attractive? Like, I'm just feeling like people who co-star with him, they're like, oh, can we do the scene together? Like, can we rehearse? Like, it feels like people are trying to seduce him and stuff. Like, I'm getting that vibe. Okay. So I feel kind of too like what is being offered to him is work. I don't know if he's like signed some contract where he's obliged to work for, a certain company that does like a certain level of entertainment. You know, I guess like every actor wants to do like that perfect role or whatever. So it's like I feel like it's kind of on him to, write, produce, edit, like direct, star in something that is like the project, like you know, the meaningful, you know, thing like that. And then like it's cool to do work on big projects with massive production scale and whatever. But like I feel like there's something. Is it like would it be like a musical biopic, or like there's something that where he'd like both music and acting and something like that's very actorly, it seems like there's like two kinds of movies. There's like stunts and like whatever, and then there's like, like movies where it all takes place in like one room because they want to like hire good actors and like they don't want to spend a lot on the sets and stuff like this. It's all just in like one room. So it may have to be something like that. I don't know why I find it so funny, but okay. Okay, why are you looking at that? Sorry. Licking my arm is better than him barking, but this is more gross. Okay, stop. Just relax. It's because I think he's like sleepy now, and he does that before he sleeps. Just calm down. Oh my god. Like, so, okay, I'm just gonna do like a couple more thoughts because like okay, like there's was he like in a fight? Like maybe this is that snowplow thing. It just feels like, it feels like this, like being projectile kind of pushed hard, and like one way it feels like a punch, but like obviously like if it had to do with that accident, it'd feel worse than that. So let me just see what feels like something else. Like there might, if he's in like action movies and stuff, it's like I've not been in like combat situations, thankfully, but I get the feeling of like when someone's been hit just like that one time, like more than they can handle or more than they want or something like that, and it feels like to like around the heart area, or it's like hit, like there's a sort of feeling of like the type of work, the type of roles that he's given that may involve some kind of like combat or like fighting or of any kind. Whether it's an action movie or just like people fighting in a movie, it's just like, I guess if you're like a professional actor and you want to sign up for like action stuff. So gross. Stop. Yeah, I appreciate your affection, Dr. Disco, but it's not really like audio. Good idea right now with the audio. So okay, so like it's like you like working, but it's like, oh, that like it's like how much can a body take, and maybe in light of the fact that he had that accident, like it might be even more impossible, less recommended. Okay, I just want to look like forward a bit. Like, okay. some kind of like blocking vibes. Okay. It's not the dog talking. Sure. Okay. I kind of like the avenue that I get that is the most positive for him would be writing a book. Like, I don't know if it's time for like the story of my life, like book, you know, like that. And if it's like, you know, cool and interesting, then you know, it could be like a biopic down the road or something. But I just feel like, you know, it's like passive income, and like you're not gonna break your arm typing, so that might be an avenue he might be able to weave a tale that's like captivating for people. He might be like a wordsmith. So okay, yeah. Okay, so that's positive. Like, and then that could replace certain types of acting roles and still be productive and making money and stuff. You know, doing something that he cares about, but like, you know, obviously some people are gonna buy this book. I don't know if he has kids or like a daughter or something. The daughter might have like a very direct way of speaking with him, and maybe because it's like working a lot and it's like, I'm speaking to you right now, like this is important, or you know, something like that. Dr. Disco, I love you, but I don't want you to leave my arm right now. Okay, and I'll look at their relationship. And she may have like some obviously like friends. She might have like one or two friends or female too, that she talks to about like, you know, her life and stuff, who are kind of important to her, but like not family. I feel like her choices don't like affect his choices that much. But, oh my God. And that maybe that's why she has to be like, I'm telling you this, like maybe, you know, it's like, you know, times of the essence. And I feel like oh my God, didn't you find it? Did you find it? Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. No, it's in the living room. Because I feel like he has like his mental space feels like this ball of like white light or something. Like it's like very intense, active kind of mental space. So it might be like she might feel like on the periphery of like this big, you know, she might feel in his orbit rather than like in his sphere. I don't know, like maybe it's like that old school kind of dad vibes, like, you know, like Gen X. So like our parents were like, you know, you had breakfast, go out and play till the streetlights go on. like, don't come back till it's dinner time because I got stuff to do, that kind of thing. I don't know, and I just feel like someone in his like agent, like the representation or like people who book stuff for him, I feel like they can be like, and it's not just the other person I was talking about who's like overly like almost frightening. There's somebody else who's like almost like too direct or like I don't know if it's like I went to like I live in Montreal and I went to this cafe and like sitting down next to me was this guy. He was like a I don't know agent or something to do with Hollywood, and like he was very loudly having like an earbud phone call and going talking about like Pacific time and like is it did you want me to call now and like it's and then he spent like 10 minutes describing this character which was like very close to me. I was like, when he was done, I was like, I couldn't help but overhear because literally he's sitting next to me, like side by side, kind of. I was like, are you letting people audition for that role, like of a, middle-aged woman who likes horses and like stuff? And then he got like really like weirded out, like only an American can. Espa from LA too, and just like he's like, well, when we do cast for that role, it's going to be a famous actress. It's like okay, have a good day. And then he like got up and like the other people that were with him, they all kind of got like weirded out that like a human spoke to them. So it's that kind of vibe where maybe people on his team have that like they're really being the character of the LA like agent person, and it's a bit much. Like it's on 10 or 12 when it could be at 5. Anyway, so I just feel like he could have a different team maybe or maybe like let's say for example he's with some real bigwig representation thing. I don't know, like it's up to him like how he wants to make his choices and stuff, but like if you just want to bring it down to like who is loving towards me or like is this positive, is this a plus or a negative sign, like kind of thing. I just feel like it's adding like a level of stress that is like or just a lack of diplomacy that's like outrageous. Like it feels like all right, I just hope people aren't mistreating him, I guess. Okay. Just one more thing and I'll wrap it up. The last thing I get is like a bunch of flowers, like cascading flowers. So I don't know if he's like really loves nature or if there's like a wedding going on or like something where people would have a bunch of flowers. But I'm gonna go with also like really loves nature. And maybe I'm feeling that aggression from people because like his own nature is very like loving and loves, things that are delicate, like and temporary, like flowers and like well, he might take some roles where they're very like alpha kind of action, whatever, or something, like there's this side to him that And that's what makes a good actor, probably, like vulnerability. And not in a weak way, like you could see vulnerability as like deeply perceptive, you know, not blocking perceiving something. All right. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm sorry for all the dog activity. Now he's just sort of like quietly barking to himself. Maybe next time I'll take him for a long walk before I do reading. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. You know, if you have a recommendation, can put it in the comments or email it to me. I can do some distance healing and reading for people if they contact me through I just have that one email. There's no other, just through that. And why am I thinking there's something else to say? Yeah, so, I know like times are hard right now. Just think of life as like work in progress, and it's, there'd be nothing to do if everything was perfect. So it's like maybe there's a way in which you can help out, and then that'll feel good, make you feel connected to and purposeful. Like, don't feel like, why isn't everything perfect? It's like maybe we're all supposed to engage in this imperfection and make it better in our ways and stuff. So maybe that's the last thing I wanted to say. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.